Hello everyone, I'm Professor Jorge Mendez. I will be teaching you how to succeed with the TOEIC, especially listening and reading. Today I will be focusing on how to work with pictures. So when we work with pictures, we need to follow certain strategies. I'm going to share the strategies for you. And we will have like some practice for you in order to understand. So let me share. Okay, so this is the first section of the TOEIC. Actually, this section is like to warm up because this is the TOEIC has like an organization. It goes from the easiest to the most demanding level. So for strategy number one, so for number one, we have pictures. So we have like some tips and strategies. Strategy number one is you will see a picture, and the way to deal with it is that you need to identify the elements or the objects or the action you see in the picture. So, and based on that, that's going to be the context. And based on that, the only choice that you will decide upon is the one that sticks to the context. And it should stick to the context like 100%. For example, what elements, items, objects, and actions do we see in this picture? Well, we have like probably like an office. Okay. We have like some books, I guess like books. We have a man, we have a woman. Okay, we know that he's wearing glasses. They are wearing like very formal clothes, attire, and we can see they're looking at the document. Okay, that's what we can see from the picture. So that's the context. So we need to stick to the context 100%. Okay, so we have like some possible choices here. So letter A, they're examining the documents. Well, it looks like they're copying the documents. Well, you don't see it in the context, right? So they are copying the documents. It can be selected. They're writing on the documents. No, they're just checking the documents. And then they're emailing the documents. Actually, there's a computer. So actually you cannot see it. They are emailing the documents. So in this case, the context tell us that they are examining a document. So remember, identify the elements, objects, and the actions. And based on that, choose the choice that best describes that context. So we have the second strategy. So the second strategy is very common, and you will always find it in the TOEIC tests. So they try to trick people, and especially because sometimes this is a Costa Rican reaction that sometimes when you're like listening or when you're like reading, sometimes you want to base your choice on what you read or on what you heard. So in this case, they're going to use like similar sounding words to see if you really understood the text. So the strategy here is don't get tricked when you have like similar sounding words. They will use like similar sounds in the sentence. And those similar sounds do not correspond actually to the picture description. So let's see here some. So let's identify the elements first. So we have a car. Okay, we have yeah, this is a tire. We have probably a person, a mechanic. Now let's see the action. So he's trying to fix the tire. Okay, that's the only action that I can see here. Now, pay attention to the similar sounding words. The man is changing his tie. Yeah, I told you, like one of the elements is tire. So they are going to use a similar sound to a tire. So they use here a tie. And let me see. So this is just to trick people, you know. They are the element here is tire. So look at the second one, like this one. The man is putting out a fire. Actually, there's no fire here. So the word here is tire. So the man is changing a tire. Well, in this case, the man actually, that's the action, he is changing a tire. And actually, you see here, they continue playing and they try to trick people with this one. The man is going to retire. Probably if you were not paying attention, you said tire, that's the option. But probably you forgot and you didn't pay attention to retire. So pay attention and be careful with similar sounding words. These words are the ones, they are like distractors. They want to trick people, okay? So let's continue with tip number 3. So people, I told you, analyze the elements, identify the elements, pay attention to the pictures, and only what you see in the picture is going to be the choice that you would select. For example, let's see elements here. We have a laptop. He's wearing a glass. So there is this is like an office for sure. Let's see actions. He's looking at the laptop. He's using the laptop. Now, strategy number 3 is don't make false assumptions. So don't suppose. Yeah, like I guess, I believe. Be careful. It's only what you see in the picture. So don't make false assumptions. Now, can you affirm or can you support? Is he working on that computer? How do you know? Is he watching videos? Can you see in reality if he's watching videos? No, you cannot see it because you cannot watch his screen, right? So don't make false assumptions. It's only what you see. So for example, here let's see the possible choices. The man is working at his desk. He's sitting at the desk. We know that. He's sitting at the desk. Okay. The man just sat down in the chair. Do we know that he just sat down? Were you there at the office? Could you see that he just sat down? So, for example, this is a false assumption. You don't have that information in the picture. The man is installing software on his computer. You cannot see his screen. So that's a false assumption. The man is deleting an email. How can you know? So once you cross out the assumptions or the things that you cannot see here in the picture, well, the one that you can only select is the man is working at his desk. Okay, I can change it and I can give you more information. Like the man is working at his desk. The man is sending an email. The man is using his computer. Out of those three descriptions, which is the best one? Well, how do you know that he's working at his desk? You don't know. Maybe he is watching Netflix. The best description out of the three of them is he's using his computer. So let's continue with strategy number 4. So strategy number 4 is about sentences that don't match the picture. They are completely irrelevant, okay? They don't match the context. So let's identify elements or items here, objects. Well, we have like some glassware. Mostly we have like some plates here, like some cups here. Okay, so let's see. You see here, the waiter is setting the table. Well, actually, you didn't see a waiter, so that's completely irrelevant. The spoons are next to the forks. Actually, there are no spoons. There aren't any forks here. The food is in the refrigerator, completely irrelevant. And the dishes are stacked on the shelves. So stacked are like apilados. So, and actually you can see here, yeah, there are like some plates. Yeah, and they are stacked on the shelves. So choice D is the best choice. Now, let's have like some practice. Now, in the practice, we're going to put the 4 strategies into practice. Okay, so let's identify elements. Well, there's an old person. They are like, let me see, he's like organizing things here. We don't know actually what the things are. We're not sure. So we have to expect, or we have to wait for the choices. Okay, so I'm going to play the audio. So you will always have like 4 choices. So A, B, C, and D. I'm going to play the audio. Remember, you only have one opportunity to listen to this as in the real exam. So let me play the audio.
For each question, you will hear 4 statements about the photograph in your test book. When you hear the statements, choose the one statement that best describes what you see in the photograph. Then, find the number of the question on your answer sheet and mark your answer. The statements will not be written in your test book and will be spoken just once. Now listen to the 4 statements. A.
They're leaving the office.
Okay.
B.
They're turning off the machine.
Important people. That's one example. Okay. Some people don't have training, so they go and take the trade test, and they provide a sample picture, and you will hear the description for the sample picture. So that was the sample picture, not this one. Okay. So I'm going to play it again.
C.
They're gathered around the table.
D.
They're eating at a restaurant.
Choice C. They're gathered around the table best describes what you see in the picture. Let us begin with question number 1. Number 1. Look at the picture marked number 1 in your book. A,
He is sorting envelopes into the boxes.
B,
All of the boxes are filled to capacity.
C,
He is writing letters to his colleagues.
D.
The squares are stacked on top of each other.
Okay, so there were like some assumptions there. Like he's writing a letter for his colleagues. That was letter C. Actually, you cannot see that he's writing a letter. So, and then you have like some choices. For example, if I'm going to play it again because this is practice, okay? So let me play it again. And important people, we need to exercise our memory. So this is like dictation. Try to remember each idea, each description. So what you can do at home is maybe with a piece of paper, you start like writing, okay, what each person said, or try to keep it here in your memory, okay? So I'm gonna play it again.
They're leaving the office.
B,
They're turning off the machine.
C,
They're gathered around the table.
D.
They're eating at a restaurant.
Choice C, they're gathered around the table, best describes what you see in the picture. Let us begin with question number 1. Number 1. Look at the picture marked number 1 in your book.
Important people, for this exercise, I recommend it to write, to take notes and exercise your memory. So in here, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to write what each person says, okay? By the way, in the course, remember you have access to the Aula Virtual. In the course, for every practice you do, okay, you will check A, B, C, or D. And at the end, when you submit, when you submit the results, you will get the script and you get the score. So you can go and check, just in case if you confused like a word, or maybe you didn't know a word, okay? So I'm going to write here every choice description that the person says.
A,
He is sorting envelopes into the boxes.
Okay, I'm gonna write A. So A is he's sorting envelopes. So sorting envelopes. Envelopes into the boxes. Well, it is a possibility. It is a possibility. Let's see and hear the other choices.
B,
All of the boxes are filled to capacity.
Okay, all of the boxes are full to capacity, are filled to capacity. Okay, you look at the picture. Okay, you have the boxes. So probably he works at the mail, right? So well, this one is completely. Let me here. Okay, for example, this one. Okay. So, for example, this one is like full. Some of them are like even empty. You can see some of them are empty. So, option B, all of the boxes are filled to capacity. Doesn't match the context. It's irrelevant. Okay, let's see. Let's hear option C.
C,
He is writing letters to his colleagues.
Okay, he's writing letters to his colleagues. Actually, that is a false assumption. Yeah, you cannot see it. that action is happening there.
D.
The squares are stacked on top of each other.
And then the squares are stacked on each other. Actually, you see, well, boxes of squares. Yeah, there are too many, actually. But for letter D to be valid or accurate, you should only have a single line of squares. But the problem here is that you have like more boxes. There are like more lines or rows of squares. So letter D is not an option. Okay, so according to the context and the picture, the best choice there is option, let me write with color, that would be option A. Okay, now let's continue with the second one. Now, identify the elements, the objects, the context, the picture. Well, this is like some wood, like a wooden platform, I guess. Those are like some cables. They look like new. What else? I don't see the place, what is in front of them. I have no idea where those cables are. Okay, they are new. That's the information that I get from the picture. Now, let's hear like let's hear the description, and we're going to apply these strategies. Okay, let's go to number 2.
Number 2. Look at the picture marked number 2 in your book. A.
The cable is old and rusty.
B.
Okay, I'm going to do it right now. So the cable is old and rusty. Old and rusty. Okay. Actually, this is like the opposite of what the picture explicitly about what the picture states. The cable is new here. So old and rusty? No. So let's hear the other ones.
E.
The wire is in front of the school.
Okay, now we have the wire is in front of the school. The wire is in front of the school. Actually, that's a false assumption. I cannot see where the wires are.
C.
The cable is coiled on spools.
Okay, we have that one. The cable, probably important people. Sometimes you won't be able to understand every single word. Okay, so the cable. Okay, but using the strategy, you will get to the right choice. Okay. Probably you didn't know coil, and probably you didn't know spools. Okay, but don't worry. If you use the right techniques, you will be able to cross out the remaining choices, and then you get to the right one. And let's hear letter D.
D.
The spools are being delivered by truck.
Okay, so the spools are being delivered by trucks. Okay, so they are repeating the word spools here. So you should be careful. They're using like similar sounding words. And now, if you pay attention to the context, stick to the context. Do you see trucks here? They are being delivered. Do you see that action is taking place there? No. So you need to cross that out. So that's not an option. There it is not an option. So the wire in front of the school? No. The cable is old and rusty? No. And the one that you get here is this one. Probably you didn't know about the meaning, but applying the strategy, you get to the right response. So now, remember, you don't need to understand every single word. Once you apply the strategy, you get to the right response. So coil is envuelto and spools are like carretes. Okay. Now let's move to the other two activities. Okay. We would apply the same strategies. So let's here. Let's pay attention to this.
Number 3. Look at the picture marked number 3 in your book. A,
Several parking spots are available.
B,
A parking attendant is counting the cars.
C,
The people are getting into their cars.
D.
The parking lot is completely filled.
Well, if you were paying attention, probably you had like a slight idea about what the correct option is. Now I'm going to play it again.
C,
The people are getting into their cars.
A,
Several
Okay.
parking spots are available.
Several parking spots are available. Okay. Let's hear the remaining three choices.
B,
A parking attendant is counting the cars.
Okay, elements have cars, parking spots. Yeah, I can see like 1, 2, 3 here. I guess not. I don't know here. There is one here. There are like 4 parking spots. Okay, like a person is counting the cars. For the parking spots, I don't see any person. Okay, let's continue.
C,
The people are getting into their cars.
The people are getting into their cars. Getting into their cars. Do you see people as elements? No. So that is out of context. And let's hear next one.
D.
The parking lot is completely filled.
The parking lot is completely filled. Okay, no, that's wrong. So you see like some parking spots empty and they're available. So the best choice here is A. Okay, maybe you consider that section number 1 is a little bit easy, or that you don't have to worry about section number 1. But my recommendation is every point counts. You know, you will have 100 points in 4 sections. So if you practice and you train a lot and you don't miss any point in part number 1, that's going to help you in the overall score. In this section in TOEIC, you will have like 6 pictures. So you need to work, you need to practice and make sure that you are not going to miss those 6 points. Now, for the last practice here, I will play the audio and you're going to try to guess which the best option is. like A, B, C, or D. And I will give you like some time, like maybe some seconds, and then you will write down the correct choice. Remember the strategies. Identify the elements, identify the actions, what are the people doing, and based on that, stick to the picture. The picture is the context. Don't make false assumptions. It's only what you see there, the objects or what is taking place. And be careful about similar sounding words because those words are to trick you. And obviously, identify the irrelevant sentences. So those sentences are there just to distract, okay? And once you cross out all of the distractors, you get to the right choice. Okay, I'm going to play the audio. I give you some seconds, and then I will provide the answer.
Number 4. Look at the picture marked number 4 in your book. A,
The woman is watching television.
B,
The woman is sending a business contract from her cell phone.
C,
The phone is being used.
D.
The woman is walking down the staircase.
Number 5.
Okay, now I have a question. You identify the elements, you identify the actions, you pay attention to the context. I guess you have the right choice now. Okay, now I'm going to play it and I'm going to write down the script for you. Actually, if you wrote down the answer is letter for you to complete and check. Answer is letter C. So let's see.
Number 4 in your book. A,
The woman is watching television.
Okay, that's completely irrelevant. The woman is watching television. Woman is watching. Maybe, yeah, she's watching her phone, but it's not television. Watching television. Okay, let's see the second one.
B,
The woman is sending a business contract from her cell phone.
Okay, well, yeah, we know she has a cell phone there. The woman, be careful. The woman is sending. How do you know she's sending? A business contract. Maybe she's sending a text message, but you don't know. Actually, you cannot see what she's doing. She's holding a phone. That's that. And that's the only action. She's holding a phone or she's using a phone. A business contract from her phone. That's a false assumption. Yeah, I know she's a businesswoman. And maybe you maybe say, yeah, she's working. She's sending a business contract. But you cannot see that is happening there. And letter C.
C,
The phone is being used.
Okay, the phone is being used. Yeah, she's using her phone, so the phone is being used. That is happening now. And
D,
The woman is walking down the staircase.
the woman is walking down the staircase. Woman is walking down staircase. Actually, I cannot see here from based on the picture and the context. Yeah, probably there's a third case, but I cannot see it. And actually, I cannot see if she's walking down the staircase. Probably she's standing, and that's it. So once you apply the strategies, you see, option C is the best choice. So you should select this one. Now, important people, this is training. I believe that practice makes perfect. So the more you will practice, the more you will apply the strategy and the tips, and also your memory or memory retention skills is going to be better. So now the next activity is you go and continue practicing. Okay, now, how will you continue practicing? So let me check here. So this is Aula Virtual. So for Aula Virtual, people, you will continue here. Okay, there is an order. Remember that I have told you that you keep doing the same order. During the first exercises, you work with grammar, and now here with listening. So here you have like what I was explaining to you, and here you have like a PDF. Now you work with similar sounds. You practice this. I'm going to open this for you to see what you need to do. Okay, here you have like pictures, and you're going to be careful not to get tricked or misled with the similar sounds. They are like distractors. So here you have picture number 1. You're going to choose A, B, C, or D. You choose the best choice. And the strategy here is be careful about the similar sounds. In this audio, it's like 5 minutes. You have, let me see how many practices for similar sounds. You have 10 practices, okay? And you do it, and then you submit. I get the results, and then important people, once you submit entrega, you will get the score and you will get the script. So if you made a mistake, you can go and check the script. So, and important people, if you make mistakes, keep a journal or a notebook where you make details or where you make notes. Every new word or pronunciation, because sometimes it's pronunciation that cause people to make mistakes here. So if you have like a new word or pronunciation you didn't know about the word, so please write it down, okay? That would help you there. So after you finish similar sounding words in the practice, you continue here with inaccurate descriptions. Those are like false assumptions, irrelevant sentences. You do this, and then after that, you work on prepositions. So also prepositions are used in the pictures to guide people. So pay attention to the prepositions. And here you have one about different context. So you do this one, and then you have a big practice. Here you will have like 30 points for picture description. By the way, people, the first 4 pictures, we did the first 4 pictures. So you keep doing the remaining pictures. So let me see here, you will have, I told you, 30 pictures. And once you finish with the 24. Once you finish with the 24 pictures, now you can continue with reading for section number 2. And reading for section number 2 is about auxiliaries, the best response. And I'm going to make another video in which I'm going to give tips and strategies how to score better when you have like questions and responses. And actually question and responses are like really important because you will have like too many points in section number 2 of the listening text. And that would be the next video. Meanwhile, make sure that you work and you finish all the practices. And obviously you make notes. and you learn from your own mistakes.